Frank. Hope all is well this sunny, for a change, afternoon.
Yeah.
Um, we're due for one.
Yes.
Just wondering, Hugo Kuipers has a single shot through two games so far. What's your takeaway from that? Are there things that he could? Are there more things he could be doing? Is it a question of a lack of service? I mean, what is what has been your early evaluation of Hugo?
No, I just think, look, Brian, good to have you back, man. So that's the first thing. But
Hello.
no, I think the first game in Philly, he was with us really short time, and there's gonna take some time, obviously, for him to adjust also to the players, for us to get to know him a little bit better with his movement, and I think that's important. But even in the Philly game, I think he worked extremely hard. I think we had maybe not crystal clear opportunities. I think the one in the first half where there was a, maybe header across the goal, and he almost got a foot to that, and then obviously the header in the second half. That that's not enough, but having said that, it's also we played two of the top teams that are really good defending teams that defend the box really well. But definitely, I think our ability to provide him with service in the box, but also to get numbers around him where they can support him. I think that's important also. I think the last game was also difficult because I think we got to a certain point on the field, but then that final, 15, 20 yards away from goal, that final pass, the final execution was lacking, but also our ability at times to get more bodies into the box and make it more difficult for the opposing teams, and also provide him with some better coverage and support.
Thank you.
Next, we'll go to Joe Schatz.
Hi, Frank. Thanks, Jess. Hope everyone's doing well. Frank, this week, another tough Eastern Conference opponent going to Columbus. Just from your perspective, what makes them such a difficult side to go against? I know talking to Gaston yesterday, he's like, they're the best in the East, and we need to look to try to compete like them.
Yeah, compete with like them. Well, I just think, look, first of all, they're a team that I think the nucleus of the team has been around for a while. I think we've added 7 new players into our team. We've had a good start for me. I know we're all disappointed, obviously, for the result against Cincy at home. I felt we deserved at least a point out of that one, but it's good to play. I think the top teams early on, and really to gain experience and to test ourselves. I think for me, I think that really the two holding midfielders are really good in possession. They make it difficult. Really to put really pressure on them. So you have to be really organized as a team. You have to, when you go, we all have to go together. And I think being together for a while, I think those two pivots at times make it difficult really to build pressure. So and I think when you go either with them or even on the road, I think our ability to be good on the ball in certain moments, and to take the chance as well. You play a team like that, and I think when you get opportunities, you got to make them pay. And I think when you do that, then I think it changes their game a little bit. They have to push the game a little bit more, which opens up a lot more space in transition moments for us.
Thanks, Frank.
Next, we'll go to Alex Calabrese.
Hey, Coach. Glad you guys are getting some sun over there because we are not over here.
It's not that sunny,
my
Alex,
question's
believe
about
me.
the left back. No? Really? Okay.
No.
Well, my question's about the left back position because last game we saw Fabian Herbers as a left wing back. We didn't see any minutes for Chase Gasper. What's your just feeling around that position right now with Gutman still out for a couple more weeks?
Yeah, I think we're trying different things. I think that game had nothing with Chase. We were playing at home. We wanted to be, more attack minded. And I think I think in the sense that we matched up, in a 3-4-3 like they played, and tried to put the guys that were in most form on the field at the moment for that game. So I think Chase is working hard. That's the one thing, and I think everyone right now is, working extremely hard just to prepare. Now, if it's Chase, if it's someone else, we just have to see. I think we're trying different things on the training field, and we'll see what's the best way to go. We don't want to change too many things. Obviously, we had a very good game against Philly, and I think the formation we played against Cincy is the one that we also played and we worked on in the preseason, so that was important, and the guys felt really comfortable with. So it gives us different ways of playing, and I think Chase is working extremely hard, just like everyone else, just to be ready and for the selection from the coach, from the staff.
Thanks, Alex. Brian, we'll go back to you.
Thank you. Just a little bit from last week. Something's been gnawing at me about Rafa and the resignation of the captaincy. What was his reasoning that he gave you for wanting to hand back?
No, I just think sometimes
armband?
Brian. I mean, he's been the captain for 2 years. I think that's also a lot of responsibility, and I think he just maybe needed a break. I didn't really go in too much into that and ask him about it. He just felt like he's been there for 2 years, and I think sometimes there's a lot of focus in other places, and maybe he just wants to focus more on. It's a big year for him. I think it's his final year of his contract, and maybe I don't know if that's a reason, but I respected his decision. But I think that every year, when a captain's there, I think that the coach and the staff get to decide every year. But this was Rafa's decision. He came to me and he spoke to me in the first early phase when we were down in Florida. So, I respected that. I think he's done a really good job as a captain, and he's still a leader on the team. But really, no really explanation. He just kind of felt that he did it for 2 years. It was time to pass that on and maybe just focus more on this big year for him.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you very much, Frank.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Just a reminder to media, if you're interested in asking questions, please raise your hand. We'll go back to you, Joe, with your next question.
Thanks, Jess, and thanks, Frank, again.
Yep.
Frank, I'm curious, what have you seen from Tobias Salquist so far on the training ground, and what will it take, obviously, integrating him into the squad to see him get some minutes going forward?
Yeah, I mean, I think it just needs time. He's with any new player coming in, it doesn't matter. It's a new league that these players have to adjust to, and obviously, the component of training with the team and getting minutes. I think that's important. But so even though he didn't get minutes, in this 2 games, but we had set up games, with local teams, and we were able to get him 60 minutes. Not only him, the other players, but with him, it's a new league. It takes time for him to adjust. I think it's a lot of new players. He missed a lot of training early on. He's an experienced player, so I think with anyone you bring in, it doesn't matter. There's going to be an adjustment period that's necessary. He's working hard. He's looking sharper. So I think the good thing is that I think with all the players we brought in, I think that for me it's competition, and every position is important. We have that, and he's working hard just to get to the level where he was when he was in Europe.
Thanks, Frank. Appreciate it. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Alex, we'll go back to you.
Yeah, last one from me. Since we spoke last week, there's been some updates on the Open Cup. We now know that Fire 2 is going to be playing instead of the first team. Do you have any thoughts on that decision, that it's going to be the second team? And do you expect that, depending on how the rules work out, there will still be an emphasis to bring some first team players down and try to go for that title?
No, I mean, we don't, I think the league made a decision, Alex. I respect that. Hopefully in the future that, that it's an opportunity for every, MLS club to participate in, and we'll see what the future brings. I think there might be opportunities where we can add players from the first team to that. But it's a league decision. We respect that and we move on. There's nothing we can do.
Hernan, seeing if you have any questions.
Yes, Frank. I would like to ask you, a couple of years ago, Fede Navarro was number 2 in tackles and recovering balls in the midfield. Any possibility we're going to see him switching or playing any other games? Thank you.
Hernan, I couldn't hear you clearly, but I know you talked about Navarro, about being number 2 in the midfield, but then I couldn't hear after that. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I say he's number 2 in the league of tackles and recuperation of balls. And
Yes.
I wonder if your decision not to put it in the field yet is because you want to be more offensive, but not more controlling on the ball. They were a good couple with Jimenez in the midfield, so I want to ask you about Fede.
Yeah, no, Feder's a good player. He's an important player in the team. It's 2 games into the season, Hernan. There's, it's also, you have to look at where, you make decisions, and when you come on game and you see stuff, we make also decisions on a daily basis to see where the form of the players, where they are. Fed is a guy that works extremely hard. It's 2 games in. It's good to have Fede on our side and on our team. He's an important player, and I think every time we need him, he's been called upon to step in, to start. He always gives 100%. So, I don't read too much into that.
Jose, confirming if you have any questions.
Okay?
Okay. Thanks, Frank.
Thank you. Take care.